Welcome to yoga. Today we're going to be focusing especially on the shoulders, the neck, releasing some tension that tends to gather in that area, upper body. And we're going to begin in standing. So come to the front edge of your mat. You should have a blanket or block handy for later in the practice. So begin in mountain pose. Feet hip width apart or closer, maybe big toes a little closer. And find your foundation, the four corners of your feet. Toe bases lift and spread. And then align all the way up. Hips over heels, over ankles. Take a little tuck in your tailbone, bring the front hip bones up a little bit, shoulders come up, back and down, around, open chest. We're going to be focusing on stretching and opening the chest today. Shoulder blades together on the back. Externally rotate your arms, spread your finger base, stretch your shoulders down from your ears, lift up through the crown of your head. And then let go of any effort not needed to hold mountain pose. Relax all around your face, your jaw, your neck. And as you begin to bring your awareness inside to your breath and how the breath moves in your body, on each inhale, be aware of lengthening the spine in two directions, so pressing down into your feet and up through the crown of your head. Spine is getting long. And on the exhale, bring your awareness to the shoulder area. Shoulders can melt down a little bit, release, and shoulder blades move together on the back. Chest is more open. So as you begin to slowly even and deepen your breath, pay attention especially to the inhale, lengthening of the spine. Exhale, softening, opening of the chest. And begin Ujjayi Pranayama. That's just the narrowing of the throat, the glottis there, so that your inhale and exhale makes a soft sound, like a whisper that you can hear. It's a tool to help you be more focused and aware of your breath, and it's useful in evening out your breath, slowing it down. It's a warming breath. So if you have the balance and feel safe and stable, close your eyes. It helps to bring your awareness inside to the feeling mind where you want to be during practice. So we're just going to take several more rounds, maybe a minute of slow, deep, even breathing, Ujjayi if that works for you. But having special attention to the lengthening of your spine on the inhale in two directions, down and up, and the softening, opening of your chest on the exhale. Every so often, check back in to see if tension is accumulating in your face, your jaw, your neck. Just release. Stable and easy. open your eyes if they're closed, and we're going to do some warm-up movements. We're going to do 10 of each movement, so I'll just lead, follow me. We're going to be all breathing slow and deep and even. So we'll begin with forward bends. Inhale, palms are spread. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bend your knees, take a forward bend. And we'll do 9 more like that. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to the floor. So safer for your back to have a bend in your knees. Lengthen up on the inhale. I think that's 4. I might have lost track, sorry. 5. 6. Inhale lifts you up. 7. 8. 9. 10. This is the last one. And then inhale up, pause, and we'll begin side bending, lateral bending of the spine. We're moving the spine in all its ranges of motion. So inhale to the right, exhale to the right. Inhale up, exhale left. 1. 2. Slow movements. 3. With your breath. 4. 5. 6. Try to keep your arms by your ears so chest stays open. 7. 8. Might get a little deeper each time. Don't force it. 9. 10. And then arms come back to your side. Step your feet a little wider apart. Let your arms just be heavy. So no effort in the arms here. We're just going to do some twists. And so we'll inhale, center, and exhale. Let your arms flap around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now your feet can come a little closer together again. And on this one, we're going to use the ha breath, which is inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. So the inhale brings your shoulders up by your ears, and then ha, you just release them down. So that's 1. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, that gets the energy going. Excuse me. Now this is going to be a shoulder roll, so all these things you're releasing some tension in your shoulders. And this is inhale, exhale through your nose, a slow movement. So inhale, shoulders come up, exhale, exaggerate the backward rotation on the exhale. Inhale up, 2, slow, we're back to slow. 3, exaggerate the backward rotation. This 4, This helps to overcome that slumping posture. 5, 6, that we get from so much sitting, improper sitting posture, looking at computers, driving our cars, hunched over our devices. 9, and last one, 10. Okay, now we're going to go back to the ha breath. So inhale, your arms come out. Exhale, make a fist, ha, and draw your arms back. So we'll do 10 of those. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, nice. So there, feel that energy again. Now we're going to do some movements around the neck to range of motion in our neck. So inhale, center. Exhale, slowly take your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. We're going to do 5 of these. That's 1. Slow movements. Don't force. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Last one. Okay, then we're going to do some circles with our nose, starting with small circles. And maybe each round getting a little bigger. And then slow down, begin small circles the other direction. You may hear some crackling and snapping. That's not a problem. If you feel pain, then go gently. And then slow down, come back to center. Interlace your fingers and take your chin to your chest, hands on the back of your head. And just let the weight, don't press, but just let the weight of your hands lengthen out the back of your neck. Keep with your breath so that on the exhale, you might feel a little more of a release. And then bring your arms down, reach your chin up toward the ceiling, and jut your lower jaw, your jaw out so your bottom teeth come out in front of your top teeth. And just take a few breaths here. Stretching the front of your throat, neck. And then bring your head back to center and just circle your jaw in each direction a few times. So mouth open. Might feel some more clicking. Okay, and come back to mountain pose. Inhale your arms up. Reach up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees enough to bring your feet back into down dog, not to stay. Inhale your knees to the mat and come to all fours. So set up in tabletop, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow, starting slow. Extension on the inhale, tailbone up. Exhale, round your back like a cat. So start slow and increase as your muscles loosen up a little bit. Moving with your slow, deep, even breath. now for a minute or so, you can change this any way you want. If it feels good for you to keep moving, and you might want to start circling your hips, move your hands out a little bit in front, bring your shoulders into it, so barrel rolls. That brings some more movement into the spine, if that feels good for you. You might want to hold and take some breaths in different poses, cat or cow. You may want to press your hips back over your heels in child's pose. So for about a minute, just change your cat cows, modify them to give you what you need today. Remembering to move with your breath and to let your pose develop. Move into the poses as your breath helps your body to release. So a few more seconds here. And we will come back to tabletop and walk your hands out about a foot ahead of you. So your hands are well ahead of your shoulders. Bring your shoulders over your wrists, keeping your hips over your knees. Lower your chest, your forehead down to the mat, so you're coming into puppy pose. Your shoulders are extended or flexed here. Hips stay over the knees, so adjust your posture. Try to bring your head to the mat so you're not creating tension, but extend, press into the mat with your hands. So you're opening your shoulders here. Chest is falling toward the floor, moving toward your thighs, like as it does in down dog. So puppy is a small down dog. And breathe here. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale, noticing any sensation in your shoulders and modify so that it's a good sensation. And now come onto your front body, onto your belly. Have your elbows under your shoulders. You're resting on your forearms, so your forearms are parallel and shoulder width apart. Sphinx pose. So press into the palms of your hands. And energetically, your hands won't move, but traction them as if you're pulling your hands back, and your chest comes forward through your arms. Now you can stay here breathing in Sphinx, which is a pose that helps to bring your neck over your shoulders in proper alignment, because many of us have a forward head, a head thrusting forward because of bad habits. Or you can bring your hands under your shoulders, chest through your arms, and come onto your tops of your feet and lift up into downward facing dog. Breathe here. more of a back bend. Same benefits for the bringing the head over the shoulders, opening the chest, strengthening the muscles between your shoulder blades, the rhomboids, helping to improve your posture. And then from whichever posture you're in, bring yourself back up to all fours. Tuck your toes and bring your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So it's sometimes, if your body feels like movement before a hold, go ahead, pedal your feet. Make sure your finger bases are spread. Take some weight off your wrists by creating that little suction cup in the middle of your palm. You can pedal your feet. You can lift three-legged dog, lifting a leg up behind. Anything that feels good for you, or you can just settle right down into stillness here. So as in puppy, the chest is moving toward the thighs. You're pressing down evenly, heels toward the mat, in through your hands. Neck is loose, so you can shake your head yes and no. And then bring your awareness to your shoulders. So the shoulder blades, think about rolling the shoulder blades apart here. Even as you're in a little bit of a back bend, chest moving toward thighs, roll the shoulders, the blades apart, feel that counter action there. And then look up toward your hands, walk your feet up toward your hands, come into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Bend your knees enough so that your chest can rest on your thighs, support your low back, your lumbar spine. You can take hold of opposite elbows here, letting the weight of your head and upper body just lengthen out, release the low back. You can move any movement that feels good. Just take a couple more breaths here. Then bring your hands to your shins and come up halfway. Lengthen out through the crown of your head and through your tailbone. And then fold forward. Then on an inhale, press into your feet, lengthen out and come all the way up. Hands together, down to your heart space. And we'll come back into mountain pose. So find your mountain pose again. From the foundation up. Align ears over shoulders, over hips, over ankles. You might want to just bring your chin back a little bit. Find your mountain, and we're just going to stay here for 10 slow, deep, even breaths, letting go of any effort. Again, bringing your awareness to your breath, bringing your awareness to lengthening on the inhale and softening the shoulders down from the ears, opening the chest on the exhale. Soft face, soft jaw, soft neck. reconnect with your breath. Reestablish that slow, deep, even breath. And then come to the front edge of your mat if you're not there already. Feet are hip width apart. Turn your toes, your right toes out about 45 degrees and take a big step back. So make sure your feet are not on the same line. So we're going to do Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So that's a closed hip pose. So your hips squared to the front. Bend and straighten your left knee a few times so that you find the comfortable place for your left knee to come right over your left ankle. You might have to adjust your stance for that. Now, before we bring in the arms, press into the back leg, especially the outer edge. So your back leg is going to internally rotate, the thigh moving back. Press strongly into your front foot. Make sure you can see the big toe. And then on an inhale, bring your arms up to goddess arms. So shoulder blades strongly together here, chest is open. You can bring your gaze up a little bit if you want. So this helps to bring your head over your shoulders and open the chest, strengthen the muscles in the back. If you'd like to take full extension, arms up in any, just a little bit deeper of a pose, do what's right for you. And keep your focus on that open chest, strengthening the muscles in the upper back. This also strengthens the muscles in the legs. So we're talking about improving posture. This also helps with better breathing. And then bring your hands back to your hips, straighten the front leg, and take your step back forward. And we'll do the other side. So left toes come out about 45 degrees, take a step back. A few times, bend and straighten your right knee. Woo. Till it can come right over the ankle. You can see your big toes. Take your left hand and gently guide that left hip, your left hip toward the front. So the hips are squared here. Press into the back foot, especially the outer edge, so internal rotation of your back leg. Press into your right foot, and then on an inhale, arms come up, goddess arms. So the back bend here, you can increase the back bend by taking your gaze up a little bit if that's good for your neck. And again, you can choose to have your arms further up. So find the right degree of back bend here. Keep pressing through the outer edge of your back leg, bringing that left hip forward. Solid, stable, easy. Find a place where you can take a few more breaths. Even close your eyes. This is a balance here. And then bring your hands back to your hips. Step your left foot up to meet the right, and we'll do a couple of half sun salutations to bring some movement after stillness. So begin with an inhale, arms go up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale all the way up, hands around to Anjali Mudra. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, set your hips back, and then arms come up, chair pose. Exhale all the way up, and hands back around. And then just Stand here for 3 slow, deep, even breaths. Now, if you have a chair or a wall or something, we're going to do a balance pose. So it can help to have that. So I'm going to turn sideways to you so you can see a little better. So balance, foundation, core engagement, and drishti. So find something you can look at that's not moving. Let the weight come into your left foot. Just gradually get that balance by letting your right heel come up, so you're balancing on your right toes. Now we're going to move toward dancer, but just watch me for a minute before you start doing it. You can start by bringing your right toes back, so your left leg is back, and then just raising your left arm. So you see here, this is a back bend, and then you can begin to come forward there like this, or you can bring your knee up, take a hold of the ankle, and then press the back foot into your hand. Don't let the knee go out. You want the knee to be in line. And then gradually move into a dancer like this. So, whichever way is best for you, but start with the weight in the left foot and either just start by coming back onto your right toes, lifting your left arm, and taking the toes off, or taking a hold of your right foot and pressing against the foot as you reach out through your left arm and back, coming into a back bend. Be safe, so having a chair or a wall to hold on to can make it less scary. So take a few breaths. And then come out with control. Now, if this is not working for you, you can do any kind of a one-legged balance. You can just have your one knee up. So modify to suit what you're doing today. You do not have to do what I'm saying. So this time the weight will be in the right foot. So root down there. Don't let your hip jut out. And then, whichever way you're going, begin to let all the weight come into the right foot and raise the opposite arm. So if you're just raising your knee up, raise the right arm up. Left knee, right arm. If you are pressing your foot into your hand, make sure the knee is pointing right down toward the floor, not out to the side. Couple more breaths. And then come out and shake your hips, walk out your feet, let your arms, maybe the Tai Chi twist. Just get rid of any excess tension. Balance poses can be tense. Create tension. We take it seriously, too seriously. So it can also help to smile when you're doing a balance pose. I forgot to say that. So inhale, your arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back into downward facing dog. And let's hold dog for a few breaths. So movement or stillness, whatever your body wants right now. Can feel good to really bend your knees deeply in dog pose and press your sit bones up toward the ceiling, and then gradually straighten your legs a little bit, little by little. In dog pose, again, go back to the lengthening on the inhale as your head is heavy and your tailbone is reaching up. And the exhale, the softening. Shoulder blades come together, chest opens, just like in mountain pose. That's our focus today. Opening the chest, strengthening the back body. Now inhale, bring your knees to the mat, legs out to the side, come over onto your back. Hug your knees, both knees into your chest, and just rock on your sacrum, whatever feels good. And then bring your feet to the mat, knees bent so your feet are near your hips. Should be able to get your fingertips near your heels here. We're going to do some moving bridge, then option to hold. So before you start, just bring your shoulder blades a little bit more together on the back. Open your chest. On an inhale, press into your hands, your feet. Raise your hips. Don't press all the way as far as you could go. Start small. Exhale, come down. And continue like that. Inhaling, presses up. You can bring your arms overhead if that feels good. Exhale, release. Move into the pose slowly. And then if you would care to hold, you can interlace your hands under your hips. It gives you a little more support. Make sure your knees don't splay out, so continue to press into the big toe side of your foot, or you can put a block between your thighs. If you're holding or moving, keep with a slow, deep, even breath. And we'll do this for about half a minute more. If you're holding at any time, feel free to come down. And now bring both knees into your chest, rock again, making little circles, squeezing your knees into your chest. And now we're going to do a supported fish pose. So get a block or your blanket, and I'm going to use the blanket, and roll it up. Place it crosswise on your mat, and come down on the blanket so that it's right under your shoulder blades. You might want something else, a block perhaps, to put under your head. So it can feel good to lean back to have your block under your head, or if your neck is okay, you can just put your head down on the mat. So the blanket is opening your chest, passive opening of your chest, arms out to the side, palms face up. Now your knees perhaps should start out bent. You can have your feet together, knees out in a bound angle leg position. or you can straighten your legs out. So find out what the best leg position is for you today. And we're going to hold this for 2 minutes, so make sure you're comfortable. And reconnect with your breath. Slow, deep, even breath. Focus on the breath moving in the body. So this is a passive stretch. And this pose also helps to realign the head over your shoulders. I don't know, if you look at yourself in a mirror or have someone else look at you, and you can tell what your posture is. And often our heads are forward because of all the reasons I keep saying over and over. Looking at devices, just improper seated posture and standing posture. So doing the poses that we're doing today can counteract those bad habits, but not if you just do them once. So these are some things that you might, if you know you've got some issues, you can choose a pose or 2 or 3 to practice at home on a regular basis, and then some change will happen. That's yoga off the mat for home practice. Okay, a few more breaths here. And then come over to your side and remove your blanket or a block if you were using a block. And then come back onto your back. We'll do a final twist. Twist is a great compensation for any practice. So supine twist, you can choose. You can do a windshield wipe and then hold on each side. You can straighten out one leg and bring the opposite knee across with your hand on that knee. You can do a figure 4 and then bring your foot and knee to the side. So any twist that feels right for you today, we're going to hold the twist for a minute on each side. So find your twist and I'll let you know when the minute is up, so you can move to the other side. So again, the twist should be least amount of effort. Let gravity pull down anything that's in the air. Inhale into the area where you feel sensation. And exhale, consciously release. And be curious about that. So just notice any release. It might not be in the area where you feel the most sensation. It might be in your shoulders. It might be in your face. Could be anywhere. So slow, deep, even breathing and support signals your body that it's safe to let go. Now unwind from this twist and move into a twist on the other side. Modify it to suit the differences in your sides or any conditions that you have. stay with your feeling mind, your whatever sensations, whatever you're feeling in your body. And then come out of the twist on this side, and we're moving toward Shavasana. So if there's any movement or pose that you want to take before Shavasana, go ahead and do that. And then gather your whatever Shavasana you like. You might want to try a new form today. I think I said last week that I've kind of gotten onto having my legs spread apart. So try something new if you feel like it today, if you're adventurous. It can be nice to have a rolled blanket under your knees. I don't have my weight bag, but a weight bag, which you probably don't have, but just something heavy, like 8 pounds or so on your abdomen is can signal your body to relax. That's the theory behind the weight blankets that are pretty popular for sleeping these days. So just be open to new ideas. An eye bag is something that I have loved for a long time. But make your way into Shavasana. Stay inside and feel the weight of the mat, the weight of your body, the support. Feel supported, totally supported, safe, and just for a moment have an attitude of, or actually try to sustain during your Shavasana, of one of the yogic morals or behaviors, santosha, which is contentment. Also gratitude, just for everything that you have right here, right now, everything you are, supported, safe, breathing. You have everything you need at this moment right now. And just rest in that contentment. Gently bring your awareness back to the space. Begin to make small movements with your fingers, your toes, perhaps rocking your head side to side. Taking some stretch, and gradually make your way onto your side. Cradle your head in your arms, knees are bent into your chest. And just notice how your body feels after practice. Notice your perhaps emotions, the state of your mind. Reconnect with your breath. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed. Sit with a nice, tall, straight spine. Take 3 breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at your sternum, your heart space. Lightly bow your chin. Bow to your efforts today. Give thanks to yourself for taking this time to practice, to get to know yourself and your body better, to bring wellness to your mind, body, spirit. And think about the yoga attitude of santosha, contentment, and take that attitude out with you as you go back to your daily life. An attitude of having enough, an attitude of gratitude for all that you do have in your life. And just be thankful. The light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each one of you. Namaste. Thanks for coming to practice today, and I hope that you will practice some of the poses that we did today, or practice any pose that you like, making it part of a home practice for you, because that will just amplify the benefits many times. So, see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.